common ways that we treat kids differently from how we want to treat others is by violating their autonomy and consent. In fact, most of the time we don't even think about their autonomy and consent. And anytime I write about autonomy and consent or post about it, people always tell me that, oh, of course you can't honor their kids, of course, the brainstem and the brain development, and they're immature and we know more. But I don't think that kids being more vulnerable is a justification for honoring their consent and autonomy less. In fact, we should have more integrity. We should take more care to honor them because we are teaching them experience by experience, layer by layer, their actual worth. Is their body autonomy worth protecting and honoring? Is their consent worth protecting and honoring? And then, of course, they learn that about others too. Because if we consistently violate their autonomy and consent, then they're going to learn that when they have more power, they can do the same to others. This is why I always say you cannot take the tablet out of your child's hand without violating their consent. Yes, even if you empathize with it, you're still violating their consent, and it hurts, and they can't trust you, and you're not a safe, wise guide at that point. And then you can't guide them into learning about self-regulation. You can't guide them into learning about setting intelligent and self-care limits for themselves. You can't guide them to those things because they shut you out. And anything that we do that has force, anything that we do that violates their consent and autonomy, they know it's a violation. They feel it. I remember feeling that as a kid. Don't you? Don't you remember the violations? Don't you remember being treated as if you were less than? Don't do that to your kids. And you heal yourself. Every time you fight against that, you heal your inner child a little bit too. So really, I encourage you to just really think about how can you honor your kids' consent even when it's inconvenient. Just honor it a little bit more every day, and you'll see huge changes happen.